And just wanted to give you a little bit more update on the Russia and Ukraine situation. And welcome to the Global News Wars. My name is Dalton, and before we get started, give this video a big thumbs up. Share it with your family and friends. All right, we got here. The ISIS leader ended up blowing himself up, killing his family when the U.S. forces discovered his hideout. That's quite the explosion over there in that building there. ISIS leader al-Qurash immolates himself and his family in Syria as U.S. Special Forces approached their hideout on February 3rd, 2022. Man, wouldn't that just be something to end up blowing yourself up and your own family? That's quite this something there. President Biden announced on Thursday, February 3rd, that the ISIS leader Abu such and such has blown himself up along with members of his family when U.S. Special Forces discovered his hideout in Syria, the Associated Press reported. Earlier reports from rescue workers and the Syrian Civil Defense reported that 13 civilians, including 6 children and 4 women, were killed in the raid. The Britain-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights confirmed the same. The operation followed a series of attacks by the terrorist group in the region in recent weeks. According to the Associated Press, it was the largest raid since killing the former ISIS leader. Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi, a 45-year-old Iraqi, had assumed leadership of the ISIS terrorist group in 2019. Days after this previous leader, Abu was killed by U.S. forces. U.S. helicopters reportedly flew overhead surrounding a house in Syria's rebel-held Idlib provinces in northwestern Syria. Security forces used megaphones to urge women and children to leave the area. Biden said that al-Qurashi died as al-Bahadi did when a bomb exploded, killing him and his family members, including women and children. A U.S. forces approach. I'm sorry, guys, if I can't pronounce these names right. I don't know who could, unless you're maybe from that area, but let's continue here, I suppose. Thanks to the bravery of our troops, this horrible terrorist leader is no more, Biden said at the White House. He said al-Qurashi has been responsible for the assault on the prison in northeastern Syria that held at least 3,000 ISIS detainees and the genocide against the Azadi people in Iraq in 2014. As U.S. forces approached Qurashi's hideout, he set off a bomb, causing an explosion, and also killed his own family members. Man, I still can't imagine that. Including women and children, Biden said. Pentagon Press Secretary John Kirby said U.S. forces evacuated 10 people from the building, including a man and woman, 4 children on the first floor, and 4 children on the second floor. Well, that's pretty much a summary of that. Let's go see what else is going on here. I don't know how much. Let's see here. Let's do this one. U.S. says it is close to reviving Iran nuclear deals. Critics warns of risks. Yeah, we should never do. I don't even think that we should even been messing with that in the first place. The U.S. is reportedly nearing the final stage of negotiation with Iran. Biden administration officials said Monday, January 31st, they seek to restore the 2015 agreement before Iran continues its nuclear activities and further asserted that time for this process is running out. You know, a lot of people don't speculate that, not just speculate, but we really shouldn't be having them have nuclear weapons. I mean, we all know what Iran will do with those. They're not too much of an intelligent country, really, with the arms conflict. We are in the final stretch, an official told reporters on a conference call Monday, according to The Hill. This cannot go on forever because of Iran's nuclear advances, he added. We all know, basically right now, it looks like the United States is kind of turning its back on Israel in the sense that the U.S. wants to revive the Iran nuclear deal. Aren't we supposed to be standing with Israel? You tell me. Here we go. This is another thing I wanted to kind of touch up on here. U.S. accuses Russia of planning a fake video of an attack on Russian citizens to justify an invasion of Ukraine. Only, of course, the U.S. would accuse Russia of doing that. Anything that they could get started to go invade and get stuff going. The Biden administration believes Russia would be planning a pretext to invade Ukraine using a video of a fake attack. See, that's where it all is really messed up, because the Russia doesn't even want to invade Ukraine. First off, it's all just basically a false flag event. The Biden administration wants, what, war, and they want to push Putin out of office. Honestly, and I mean, there's some other scenarios to go along with that, but the United States believes Russia is reporting planning a pretext to invade Ukraine by producing a propaganda video that would show a fake attack on Russians by Ukrainian forces, according to Washington Post report. We do not have information that the Russians are likely to want to fabricate a pretext for an invasion, Pentagon Press Secretary John Kirby said Thursday. One option is Russian government, we think, is planning to stage a fake attack by Ukrainian military intelligence forces against Russian sovereign territory, against Russian-speaking people, to therefore justify their action, the Hill quoted him as saying. Kirby said they thought the video would show fake explosions and dead bodies in the scheme, including a propaganda montage video. We believe that Russia would produce a very graphic propaganda video, which would include corpses and actors that would be depicting mourners and images of destroyed locations, as well as military equipment at the hands of the Ukraine or the West. Well, yeah, I guess that's what's going on with that anyways. I guess we'll see within the coming weeks or days what's actually going to go on here. Oh, yeah, this is another good one to cover, too. Pentagon sends 3,000 more troops to Europe amid growing escalation between Russia and Ukraine. The United States is sending 3,000 troops to the Europe amid escalation between Russia and Ukraine, amid fears of a possible Russian military invasion of Ukraine, according to the press. The Pentagon said Wednesday that 1,000 U.S. troops would be redeployed from Germany to Romania, while in the coming days another 2,000 would be deployed to Europe from the U.S. with the aim of bolstering NATO capabilities in the region. However, the Department of Defense Press Secretary John Kirby emphasized that these are not permanent movements but are designed to respond to the current security situation. He further stresses that these forces are not going to fight in Ukraine, but rather to ensure a robust NATO defense. Yeah, we'll see about that with all the sanctions they want to put on Russia. Isn't going to end up being good. Will we end up getting nuked? Will we end up getting EMP'd? I'm not really sure about that. I mean, put your guys' opinions in the comments and let me know what you think. Of the 2,000 from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, approximately 1,700 are members of the 82nd Airborne Division Infantry Brigade who will go to Poland, while the remaining 300 will be transferred from the 18th Airborne Corps. See, now these two, this Airborne Corps and this brigade is kind of the highlight of all of it sending over there. It's not really so much about the numbers, it's more about what airborne is and what brigade it is. While the remaining 300 will be transferred from the 18th Airborne Corps and deployed to Germany as a joint task force capable headquarters, Hervey said. 1,000 U.S. troops going to Romania are members of the 2nd Cavalry Regiment based in Vilseck, Germany. The U.S. Defense Department said the troops are being sent under bilateral agreements with Poland, Germany, and Romania and remain under U.S. command. All these troops will be separate from the 8,500 that were sent last month by the U.S. These soldiers were deployed throughout Europe to bolster NATO defenses and remain on a high alert for any sign of invasions, the Pentagon said at the time. So that's going on. All right, now on to the weather here. I do a little bit of weather report. Looks like we got some still continuing to have some weather concerns here in Fort Worth, Dallas. So we got some hard freeze warnings, and there's been some quite the power outages going on down there. Hard freeze warning is in effect from midnight until 9 a.m. Saturday. Temperatures will fall between 5 and 15 degrees. May impact unprotected plumbing. Let's see what else we got here going on for the weather. Got all kinds of advisories and warnings. What do we got up? What do we got out here? Oops. Lincoln, Illinois. We got wind chill advisories. Looks like we got another low front moving out and a high coming down on in. I wonder what they're saying for forecast for the next few days here. Looks like we got some mixed precipitation out there in Oregon and Washington, followed up by some rain and rain thunderstorms and possibly some damaging winds and stuff out there in the North Carolinas and South Carolinas. And some freezing rain up in Philadelphia and New York, Washington, with snow coming out from the North Dakotas, swinging down to the Wisconsin through Chicago and down through Illinois area. Not sure what the long forecast is, but that is current. So let's see what else is going on here.